Gamers, we're gonna start off today with a little tournament week 1 recap of the EGC tournament, okay? So EGC tournament is going on, EGC Master Summer. I am playing it at 30,000 duelers, but real ones. This is the map pool. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll just give you guys a little introduction. These are the prize pools, these are the players, and we just had week 1 completed, which is 2 days playing time. Basically, the tournament has an interesting format, triple elimination actually, which we have never played before, and I never participated in a tournament with triple elimination. So, yeah, so basically the way it works is there's a elimination gauntlet. So it's basically double elim. This is round, you can look at it like a part 1 of the tournament, is this elimination gauntlet. So it's 16 players, top 2 advance to playoffs from the winner's bracket, and then top 2 from the loser's bracket also advance to playoffs. Now, the other players are not eliminated. They go into round 2, which is the knockout bracket. So the 8 players that basically dropped out here, and the players that are going to be dropping out in here are going to go into another bracket. This time it's like a single elim. 4 players will advance, and then all the 8 that are remaining are eliminated. So basically, in order to lose in the tournament, you can lose here, then you can lose here, and if you lose the third time, you're eliminated. So that's why it's called triple elimination, right? So basically, once that is done, you have 4 players here and 4 players from 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Then it's the playoffs. So then it's like the final bracket. And then it's winner upper bracket deciders, winner knockout bracket deciders, and then this is like quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, and then third place match. So in order to lose the tournament or not to get to not get to top 8, you need to lose 3 times, which is, I feel like, you know, the most forgiving tournament in terms of like advancing to top 8 probably. That part I think is cool. It's nice. I mean, I never played it. We're still playing it, so I'll kind of have my thoughts once it's done, I guess. The part I do not like about this tournament is the best of 3s. I personally don't know anyone who enjoys best of 3s from the pro players. Maybe someone does. I don't know. I personally don't. Basically, what we've seen is like same matchups over and over and over. Because in best of 5s, you draft 6 civs, you ban 3, and the enemy bans 3 civs, and he drafts 6 as well. So you have a lot of different maps, you have a lot of different matchups possible, and you have a lot of different matchups in general, right? The chances of you having repeatable matchups are very low, just because of the different civs and how many games there are. The problem with the best of 3s, and this is the part that I don't like, it's not only that it's like a lot of things can happen in a best of 3, but basically, most of the games are the same. China, Rus, Lancaster, Knights Templar. Knights Templar, HRE, Jushi, House of Lancaster. Japanese and Delhi, sure, but most of these games are going to be China, Jushi, HRE, House of Lancaster, Rus, KT. It's just over and over and over again. Obviously, it depends on the maps, right? Some maps, you pick some other civs, but you can see a lot of similar matchups and a lot of repetitive matchups. Like we've seen a lot of China versus Rus, we've seen a lot of China versus Lancaster, a lot of Rus versus Lancaster. So that's the part that I kind of dislike about best of 3s. Not so much that it's like anything can happen in best of 3s, it's just that we are seeing same matchups over and over and over, and it's a bit repetitive and boring. But luckily, it was only week 1, so we're out of best of 3s. So best of 3s was this, and then the lower bracket round 1 and 2 was best of 3s. So from now on, we are best of 5s, and then 7, 9 until the end of the tournament. So for those that don't know, I'm not gonna put like I don't know why they decided to do best of 3s, since we haven't had best of 3s since I think like 3 years ago in a big tournament. Maybe it's because they want to spice up the results or something like that. Like, you know, if you don't know, competitively, no matter what game you're playing, in a best of 1, the chances of the underdog winning are a lot higher than in a best of 5. So like a best of 1, chances of underdog winning are the highest possible, right, out of best of series. Then best of 3s is a little bit less, but still pretty high, especially if you had like 1 or 2 bad matchups. Then best of 5, I would say, is pretty standard in AoE4. And then best of 7 and best of 9, I would say it's impossible for a like worse player to win. Because in best of 7, even if you get a bad matchup, you cannot get multiple bad matchups in a row or something like that. So that's it. Maybe that's why they did best of 3s. I would say most of the results were still as expected. So I'm going to go through them. And then we're going to review game or 2. I'm gonna review a lot more games, but for you guys on YouTube, I can't review all the games because, you know, it's gonna be a 10-hour video. So Marine Lord MSN, I mean, it's seed 1 versus 16, not too surprising. Beat Lucifron. There were some very interesting matchups and some matchups that I feel like could have gone either way. So beat Lucifron. It kind of looked pretty good for Lucifron, but B didn't come out ahead in the end. I think B has like a very good winning record against Lucifron. So he managed to win that one 2-1. And again, it's one of those things, maybe it's just best to fight Lucifron, win 3-2, you know, but realistically, B is probably favored in this series. Enotan Kilardi, kind of spicy. It was a 2-1, and I think, you know, most people would probably expect Enotan to advance there. Papi Paw Baltoon 2-0, me versus Voldemort 2-0. This is seed 2 versus seed 15. So again, these are like basically the top player. If you guys don't know how to look at these brackets, the top player is the higher seed. So higher seed, higher seed, higher seed, higher seed, higher seed. So basically in the first round, all the higher seeds won that were supposed to win, right? And then we had Vortex CSO, which these guys had a couple of matches recently. And if I'm not mistaken, CSO beat Vortex in like a best of 5 or best of 7 recently. Then Vortex beat him. So it was kind of like back and forth in terms of who's going to win. But in the end, it was pretty convincing, I would say, 2-0 from Vortex. CSO, for those that don't know, finished 4th place in the last tournament, which was, to me, insane. Because I don't know if he even got a top 16 result before then. Maybe he got 1. And then he went from like barely qualifying for tournament sometimes to top 4 in the previous tournament. So, you know, great result for him. And a lot of people were asking, like, was he lucky? Did he just play really well? What happened? I mean, some people have good tournaments and bad tournaments. It's all about consistency at the competitive level, right? Consistency wins tournaments, not what your peak is, right? So he lost to Vortex, and yeah, 2-0. Louis Numuran almost beating Louis, which was very, very interesting. I saw those games, so it was pretty cool games. Wham beat Demu 2-0. Now, what I do want to say is I do think, even though these are best of 3s, I think, and I always say this, but the skill level in AoE4 is, I would say, the closest it's ever been right now. Because I feel like there are favorites, but if someone beats a player they're not supposed to beat, I'm not like shocked. Whereas I feel like a year or 2 ago, that would just not happen ever. So I think that's pretty cool, and that's pretty good for the scene. Then we saw Marine Lord versus B. This game honestly could have gone either way. Like a B could have won that too. But this game was it was an entertaining game, but execution-wise was pretty bad because players kept throwing. If you saw this game, you know what I mean. It was just throwing back and forth. Game 1 was, from what I remember, pretty convincing from Marine Lord. Game 2 was pretty convincing from B. And then Game 3, Marine Lord had an edge, then he threw away 2 armies, then B had an edge, but then B just didn't upgrade stuff, and it was just a lot of back and forth, but that could have gone either way. Whereas I think if it was best of 5 or 7, Marine Lord wins 99% of the time, right? Papi Paw Anotan. So Anotan is the higher seed, which I was not aware. I thought Papi Paw is. But Papi Paw does manage to, or I think Papi Paw is the higher seed. I'm actually not sure, but I think he is, right? Because he's at the bottom, or Papi Paw is the lower seed, sorry, because he's at the bottom. So Papi Paw beating Anotan 2-0. Now these guys, I would say, are very close in terms of skill, and I know they've been, if I remember correctly, they have been trading games back and forth. So I think this is a pretty close one. It could have gone either way. Me versus Vortex, I ended up losing 1-2. I mean, I can yap about this a little bit more than the other series because I didn't watch every single game. I just drafted pretty bad. So I'll give you guys a quick review. I'm not gonna yap too much about my games. I'm gonna try to stay away from commentating on my games too much in the tournament because of the last tournament and all the controversy and molding. I'm too old, okay, to get harassed by a bunch of, you know. So anyway, the draft was pretty weird. I don't know. I wasn't vetoing water maps versus Vortex, which is like, that's his thing. So he picked Archipelago. I could have vetoed it. I didn't. I don't know why. And then we got Carmel and Fraser Marches. And then in the draft, I picked China, House of Lancaster, Biz, French. Now, the funny part is, I was going to play House of Lancaster and Frisian Marches. I was going to play China on Archipelago. And then the last map was Carmel, which is the map with a lot of food. So basically, he was going to play either Jushi Legacy or H30 on Carmel. So I was like, what civ do I pick? And I was like, I'm going to pick French, which French loses badly to both of those. So I don't know why I picked French, but the moment I picked it, I was just like, I should have picked something else. Like I could have picked Malian maybe, could have picked even Japanese, I think would have potentially been better. But it is what it is. French did not work, so I got French versus, what was it? French versus HRE, I lost that. Frisian Marches, I won with Lancaster. And then, apparently what I did not know is Jushi Legacy beats China. So that's what a lot of people told me. I still don't know if that's true. But apparently, China and Jushi are very good. They're like the best civs with KT and water. But in Jushi versus China, a lot of people think Jushi is better. But Vortex just played better and I just got fucking wrecked. So, quick little best of 3. I think this game was like 8 minutes long. So, it was a pretty quick in and out for me. And then Louis versus Wham, 2-1. So, for those that don't know, it's very interesting. Like, what's happening at the top level in AV4 is the results that I would say players from like rank 3, 4 to like 10, all of them I feel like are trading games. Usually there's like a clear number 1, clear number 2, clear number 3, 4, maybe even 5 sometimes. But these days the results are so mixed, right? Louis got second place in the recent tournaments, losing to Marine Lord in the finals. And just I think a week or 2 ago, Louis ended up losing to Wham in KP finals 4-0. So Wham beat Louis 4-0 in KPMM finals. And then Louis almost loses to Numedan, beats Wham 2-1. So again, I feel like those games could have gone either way, which is, I mean, it's a good sign for the game. I will say that, because I think if the tournaments keep being one-sided as they have been in the past 3-4 years, I don't think that's good for competitive scene. So then in the winners bracket finals, we got Papupa versus Marine Lord and Vortex versus Louis M to the T, baby. In the loser bracket, Luciferon beat MSN, Baltoon beat Killardi, Voldemort beat CSO, which I would consider an upset in my opinion, because again, CSO just got 4th place in the last tournament, so Voldemort is seed 15, just to give you guys a perspective, right? So very good result for Voldemort. Demu beat Numuden. And then Demu beat B, which is, again, it's just crazy because B almost beat Marine Lord and then Demu beats B. So now B is on 2 losses. And then Anotan beats Voldemort. I beat Baltoon 2-0. This was just Archipelago, KT versus HRA. It was not even fair. And then Wham beat Luciferon 2-1, which means all the players that have lost, so MSN, Luciferon, Killardi, Baltoon, are all on 2 losses. So the next loss they have, they're eliminated from the tournament, okay? And then loser bracket, where we continue next Saturday, is me versus Wham, Anotan versus Demu. So obviously the loser of this will drop in one of these places, loser of this will drop one of these. So if I beat Wham, and I beat another player, I'm qualifying not for this, but I'm qualifying for the playoff round. Yeah, if I lose here or here, then I will be put in the knockout bracket, one of these, and then I have another chance to basically advance to top 8. So then in the knockout bracket, again, this is like the elimination bracket. This is the basically third. All these players are on their second loss. And if they lose the next one, they're out. So Baltoon versus MSN. B versus CSO, which is spicy as hell. Because I think Baltoon MSN. Baltoon played, I would say, pretty well against me on the land map. So I would probably favor Baltoon here. B CSO is kind of wild because, you know, B almost beat Marine Lord, almost beat Demu, and now he's playing in CSO who got 4th in the last tournament. So there is a chance that B/CSO go from very good performance to basically 13th to 16th place in this tournament. I mean, one of them is, right? So, yeah. We got Voldemort versus Numidan. I'm actually curious how that one's going to turn out. And then Lucifron versus Kilardi. I think Lucifron is playing pretty well, so I would probably favor him there. And then next rounds, we will see who's going to be playing against who. So yeah, so far it's been pretty interesting tournament. The maps are fine. I don't mind them. I don't hate them. It's a lot of maps. Now, the part of the drafting that I'm kind of like, how many maps is there? 3, 6, 11 maps. So basically the way it works is you do ban, 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 pick, pick, ban, ban, and then you have like 5 maps remaining or something. No, not 5. You have 3 maps remaining, and then it's randomized which map is the first map. So it's always like randomized which map you get first, which I don't really know why that's a thing. I feel like it's just like adding RNG, I guess. I've seen some comments that viewers particularly are not enjoying Scandinavia or Archipelago. Specifically Archipelago, I would say more. I think people are just over water maps. I think people... I don't think we have too many water maps in the tournaments, but I think people are just... They're done with water maps. So I think they just don't want to see them. I personally don't mind it if there's a water map or two, but... Yeah, I think it's always the same, right? But I think triple elimination kind of makes sure that the top players will advance, like the best players will advance to top 8. Because I would say if you have a single elimination bracket where if you lose you're out, obviously it's the best for underdogs. I see that being mentioned in the chat by Dento. It's the best for underdogs because an underdog can surprise someone once and then they're through. Like imagine if this series, let's say, was single elim and it was a best of 5, let's say, and Vortex beats me 3-1, I'm out of the tournament, right? So it's like a shocker. But this way, I feel like top 8 will probably make it to top 8. So yeah. Anyway, now we're gonna watch some games. I wanted to, so I have a list here of the games that I want to watch, but I'm not going to show all of them to you guys on YouTube video. For you guys that are watching live, we're going to check probably all of these in a little bit. But I actually want to watch Voldemort and CSO Game 3, which the reason I want to watch it is a very interesting one. It's not because it was a great game. I actually don't know, maybe it was a great game. Not because it was an amazing, epic thing I've heard about. It's because we have English picked for CSO. So why is this surprising? Well, we're playing best of 3s, right? You have 18 civilizations, you're playing best of 3s, and CSO says English is one of the civs I'm gonna count on to win this best of 3, which to me is crazy. So I was like, okay, I gotta see this game, because he is either cooking or he cooked himself. There's nothing in between. I don't think I would pick English in a best of 9, you know, but he picks it in a best of 3. So what the hell is happening? I think this is the only English pick that we have had, by the way. Also, does AoE 4 World have the tournament stats already? Yeah, I don't know what he did. I guess we're gonna find out. So let's see. I don't know what the draft was looking like until this point. Maybe CSO wanted to... Like, maybe Voldemort had 2 civs that are not good against English, so CSO picked English to counter them, but he lost this game, so I'm assuming it did not work. When I say I'm assuming, it did not work. He lost. Okay, it's just gonna be Abby 2TC. Okay. Abbey 2 Town Center, and then Voldemort is just doing the standard Byzantine 5 cistern build. Sebel, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'm gonna check that out in a second. After this game, actually, I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So let's see. Okay, he even makes a TC all the way there. I don't know if I like that. The reason I don't know if I like that is there's only 5 deer, right? Yeah, it's 5 deer, and making TC there. I mean, that's just so far away. It's so unprotected, and now he's going stables in the corner. Okay. I mean, he has to make units, right? Ooh, Horseman Longbow from Voldemort. So, in theory, if CSO makes another stable, that's the best case scenario for him, and that's what he's doing. Okay, so far everything I'm seeing, even though English is not good at competitive level, so far everything I'm seeing from CSO makes sense and is good, and he's even hiding the Horseman, and I like that too. He's a sneaky snake. He just bails out of there, and he is just making horsemen right now, although he's not making them right now. Okay, he's making them right now. So he's got a lot on wood, and I'm assuming that's because he wants to start farming. He's just showing the king. But I feel like... So the problem is, I see what he's doing, but he is so behind on units already that I'm just like... I don't know if this is gonna work at all. And now he's second TC's far as fuck. Okay, now he's gonna go for it. But I feel like he's just gonna get deleted. Like, this is not a good spot for him. Look at the unit count. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this, brother. And the problem is, Voldemort can now just be like, yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go castle. And you're kind of just fudged. Also, Voldemort can go for Limitane and just stay in feudal. And okay, so this is the thing. Right now, the economy of English is gonna be a lot worse than Byzantine economy. Okay, he just moved a bunch of his workers, so that's why his economy is dipping. But Byzantine is not dictating the game. Oh god, he's going for this too. Ooh, I hate this. I do not like this. At this point, like, if you're gonna make a tower, just make farms. You know what I mean? And yeah, Voldemort's now aging up. I mean, look at the income difference, guys. 1,000 and let's say 1,300. Let's be generous. 1,300, and it was like 1,700 for Voldemort. Let's see, so it's on 2TC. That's because 2TC hasn't kicked in yet. Like, it's not fully in, you know. Okay, CSA is close to age up. The problem is, Byzantine can get upgrades super fast. Also, Voldemort did not get a 5th cistern, by the way. I just noticed that. The White Tower. Okay. I think he should have made it here. Like, you kind of have to here. Because if he makes it here, that doesn't do anything. Like, if longbows come, he can deny him gold. And Voldemort got no clue about these. Where's he going? Yeah, he does not have any clue that this is happening right now. And CSO is just gonna bail because he thinks these units are coming there. But they're not. He starts running and he goes back. Yeah, this White Tower should have been 100% here. You have to. Like, that's just it. So now what is his plan? I don't really know. There's Cataphracts now and Limitane. Is he gonna go Knights? He's not upgrading his horsemen either. Okay, never mind. He is upgrading. See, this is what I mean. Look. What does this White Tower do? I mean, okay, it's shooting. Oh, God. Oh, God. 13 villagers. Alright, well, GG. I mean, okay, listen. If he survived, AK, if you didn't lose those 14 villagers? I mean, he's probably still dead, but I feel like it's somewhat playable. Right now, after losing all those villagers, he's definitely dead, you know. Voldemort has no farms. And I don't even know what you make. The problem is, what do you make as English here? Do you know what I mean? Oh, he's actually kind of cranking those longbows. Well, he lost everything. Okay, not everything. Yeah, I don't even know what you make here as CSO. Because he's got a longbow horseman. Maybe the thing is, if CSO went spears, then he's stuck in his base. Horseman allows him to raid. Maybe just camp, make same units, right? Make like longbow horsemen and just outmass. Or maybe now go knights or something like that. And just farm up with 2 TC, just boom up. But again, because he lost so many villagers, I feel like that's a bit hard now. That's a bit rough, innit? I don't know. Again, I kind of feel like if he didn't lose the villagers, this looks pretty good for him. Because he is about to have... What is this? 31? No, more. 37 farms? I mean, you need like... Yeah, that's enough. His food transition is done. And then he just needs gold and wood. Yeah, I don't know. It's looking pretty good. Well, it would have been, I mean. Yeah, this white tower is just a disaster, by the way. I mean... I already know what's gonna happen. 25 villagers killed, by the way. He found these two. Now he's gonna lose a DC because it's positioned there. And then he's gonna be denied gold, probably. Because he simply cannot mine gold. Because the longbows are gonna deny it. He's still raiding. How does he break him? He can go Imperial soon. I guess he just fucking dents him in. +2, +2. Upgrades are looking good. I feel like the cataphracts are just gonna dent him, no? Yeah, he just lost a lot of horsemen raiding. And the horsemen are still somewhere. I don't know where. He's got 11. Okay, they're coming back. Yeah, he just dives his ass. I'm surprised he went longbows, by the way. I'm surprised he didn't go like crossbows. I mean, he is gonna clean up. Not great, but he's not dead. Voldemort, I mean, he's going Wingard as well. Okay. Wingard with English. Yeah, he got 5 relics too. I mean, he's chilling. He's got full map control. He's getting damn deer, damn boars. He should have captured Sacred Side a long time ago. Sacred Side timer could have been like 0 now. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And he, oh my god, he's making fucking Wingard Raiders. How many resources do you save on these? On this? You save 100 gold, 140, 142, 420. You don't save a lot. It's like 100-ish food, 150 food, and 100 gold, and that's it? That's kind of pathetic. Kind of sad, actually. Okay. Sacred Side win approaching. I mean, again, his eco is really good, but he lost 45 villagers. That is the longest cistern in the world. Or aqueduct cistern combo. Wow. Alright, you get wood too. 100 gold, 60 wood, 100 food. But that doesn't seem like a lot. Compared to the demon landmark? Demon landmark probably gives you a fucking TC every 20 seconds or something. The way math works with that. I don't know, I feel like he could have won this. I think he was kind of cooking there for a moment. And then he just lost like all the units and like all the villagers. And now he's on 1 TC, so it's not like... Is he on 1 TC? Yeah, he is. Wait, he just killed 17 villagers somewhere. Okay. I mean, he is just constantly raiding, which is really good. But now there's trip buckets, and the problem is CSO is about to run out of gold. Well, 2k, but you know, that goes by pretty quick. He's still raiding. Voldemort got the farm transition down. More farms. Bucket slamming his ass. He's got no wood. Oh god, he's got no villagers in wood. Okay, well that's gonna go down. Did he just buy wood? No. Okay, well he's out of wood. He can't repair. More raids coming. Voldemort has 121 units, so yeah. I mean, this is how CSO plays, and this is the thing, right? I feel like if this starts working, what CSO is doing, it snowballs pretty quickly because he just keeps raiding. But then if the opponent defends well and just holds, this is what the game looks like. Like, yeah, he's raiding and he's killing stuff, but he's also just dead. And in this game, you can kind of see it. He could have won that, but, you know, it is what it is. So this is the, thank you again for the link. This is the win rate from week 1 of the tournament. Byzantine, 5-1. 83% win rate. Malayans, 3-1. Obviously, the sample size is very small, right, with some of the civs, but we gotta take a look at it. KT, 5-2. Not really surprising. I mean, they're just playing on water maps, and they're winning. I mean, I'm shocked. French is 2-1. I did contribute the 1 loss with French, so you're welcome. Jushi Legacy, 4-2. China, 7-4. And you will see the most banned civ is HRE. Second most banned is actually Japanese and Rus, and then China. Interesting stuff. Then we got Mongols with 5-3, Abbasid 0 games, Ayubid 0 games. HRE is 5-5, win rate with 24 bans. House of Lancaster 7-8. I'm very surprised about that. Rus is 3-9. Bro, who's feeding with Rus? Rus got so many bans and bad win rate. Japanese is 3-5. Ottoman 1-5. Damn, boy. 1-5. And then we got Delhi 0-1, English 0-1, JD 0-1, OTD 0-1. Now, I do want to say a large part of this is because of best of 3. I think like civs like JD and Delhi and, you know, Ayubid being played like no times and French having low amount of games, I think it's because it's a best of 3 and you want to pick the best civs. And I think once the best of 5 start, you will see a lot more of those civs. You're going to see more JD, more Delhi, more French, maybe an Ayubit here and there. We have the player statistics. Beastie at the top. That's right, because I lost the series, so I played 3 series, not because I'm good, okay? So let's analyze. This is how you analyze results, and you take a deeper look into the results. Instead of looking at this and being like, oh, Rus 3-9, it's a shit civ. You open your eyes and you look at the streamer as he explains to you. How many wins did Rus have? Twitch chat, help me with this. How many wins did Rus have? Go ahead. Count with me. 3 wins, right? Who won with Rus in the 3 wins? Beastie, Vortex, and Lucifron. Interesting. How come Wham, Puppy Paw, Marine Lord, Louis, and Anatan didn't play Rus? Why do you think they didn't play Rus? Because he was banned. Now, do you think that they would have losses with Rus if it was open? No, they wouldn't. They would win. Now, let's see what happens. Very interesting. Look at this. The top 3 players that played Rus all won the games. That's the 3 wins. Let's look at the bottom. MSN with Rus, 0-1. Kilardi, 0-2. Voldemort, 0-2. Baltoon, 0-2. Demu, 0-2. Which means that all the players, like top 8 players, played against the bottom 8 seeded players. The bottom 8 seeded players all lost with Rus. Does that mean that Rus is bad? Or does that mean that the players they played against are just a lot better? Why did they get to play Rus and the top players didn't? That you have to look into each individual series. But clearly, what ended up happening is, I'll tell you what ended up happening, is top players were focusing more on banning KT and banning Rus, or sorry, banning HRE and KT over Rus, whereas the bottom 8 guys were focusing more on banning Rus, which is why they have more Rus games played in the first place. There you go. And now you know. Like, another thing you can look is like Ottoman, for example, right? So why does Ottoman have bad win rate? Ottoman, so you can look at the results in a simple way. Ottoman has 0 bans, okay? 0. So no one considers Ottoman to be a threat. And then the only people that are picking it are the bottom 8 players in terms of like, terms of win rates, right? No top player picked Ottoman once because they don't think it's good. So because the top players don't think it's good, and then the players who did play it ended up losing with it, probably not good. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much. Okay, we just skipped to the end so I know which civ I should call out as OP on Reddit. Guys, whichever civ your opponent is playing, that civ is broken. Completely broken, and you, sweet summer child, you're playing the weakest civ, and when you lose, it is not your fault, okay? Remember that. It's never your fault. It's always your ally's fault. It's hacker's fault. And your civ is just weak. And the enemy civ is just broken. So just remember that, guys. It's never your fault. You're playing perfect, actually. Yeah, I reviewed some gold games the other day. And, I mean, they just play perfect. It's the civ gap. So that's it. That's going to be... for the YouTube video, that's gonna be the week 1 EGC tournament recap. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of format, because for the previous tournaments I was doing like only watching my games, but maybe this time around I just talk about what's happened, what meta changes, some cool stuff that happened. I show you guys the results. Maybe I show you some of the cool games or cool civs that were played. I kind of yapped a lot about how the tournament works, so next weekend or next week, I guess, when the games happen, I can talk, maybe show like another game or something like that. And yeah, just let me know if you guys enjoy this. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. If you're watching live, let's keep going. Boom.